What if your brain is not just an organ, but a divine gateway? A profound receiver that connects you to something far greater. Science and spirituality are uncovering astonishing truths about the brain's potential that may just redefine how we see ourselves and our relationship with the divine. For centuries, the human brain has been celebrated as one of the most complex and awe-inspiring creations. Its intricate network of neurons and synapses not only processes information, but constantly adapts and evolves. This dynamic nature, known as neuroplasticity, was once believed to be limited to childhood. But now we know that the brain remains malleable throughout life. Could this constant adaptability be a reflection of a deeper spiritual truth, a grace inherent in our very biology? Imagine if the brain's capacity to change, heal, and reorganize is a direct expression of divine mercy, endlessly offering us second chances, opportunities for growth, and paths to redemption. Ancient texts like the Vedas, the Torah, and the Quran have long spoken of the transformative power of wisdom and spiritual renewal. Similarly, the Bible in Romans 12:2 invites us to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Is this renewal not just a spiritual metaphor, but a literal process happening in our own neural pathways? As our experiences shape the connections within our brains, could it be that this ongoing transformation is attuning us to divine messages? If God created humanity in His image, could the brain's ability to grow and learn be a reflection of God's own infinite wisdom and dynamic nature? Every new experience, every moment of learning, could be seen as a step closer to aligning with the divine frequency, much like tuning a radio to hear a clear signal. It's not just the internal workings of the brain that guide this transformation. The environments we choose, the company we keep, the decisions we make, all of these have a profound impact on our mental and spiritual growth. Spiritual traditions urge us to seek wisdom, to foster patience, and to embrace love. For these virtues are not only moral choices, but pathways to shaping our very minds. Science supports this too. Positive pursuits, like love, compassion, and mindfulness, don't just make us feel good. They physically shape our brain, rewiring it towards greater clarity and connection. It's as if our journey towards spiritual enlightenment is also a biological one, with each choice influencing both our soul and our brain. The more we consciously nurture our minds, the more we open ourselves to receiving divine insights, like tuning an instrument to perfection. So, could your brain be more than just an organ? Could it be the most exquisite tool for experiencing the divine, for tuning into a higher reality? The mystery of the brain's adaptability suggests that our journey towards wisdom, growth, and God is not just a spiritual quest, but a cerebral one. Are you ready to explore this divine connection hidden within your very own mind? The power of words. Are you tuning into or tuning out the divine? Have you ever stopped to consider that the words you speak could either open the gates to divine wisdom or lock you out of it entirely? What if the secret to aligning yourself with the universe lies not in grand actions, but in something as simple as the words you use daily? Our words, whether spoken or silent, are more than just carriers of communication. They're conduits of energy, shaping not only our minds, but also our connection to something far greater than ourselves. Throughout history, words have shaped civilizations, inspired revolutions, and touched the deepest layers of the human soul. Think of the creation myths across cultures. The word was always present at the beginning. As John 1 reminds us, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Words are imbued with creative power, their vibrations capable of shaping reality itself. And the science of today is finally catching up with this ancient truth. When we speak words filled with love, compassion, and understanding, something magical happens. These words don't just flow out into the world. They sculpt our very neural pathways. Modern neuroscience confirms what spiritual traditions have long hinted at. The emotions behind our words have the power to change the architecture of our brain. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize and form new connections, means that every kind word can quite literally pave a path to clarity, peace, and a deeper resonance with the divine. On the other hand, words spoken with malice or contempt not only harm others but reverberate back into ourselves, clouding our own perception and blocking our spiritual growth. Imagine your heart as a finely tuned radio. When filled with anger, resentment, or negativity, the signal becomes distorted, making it difficult to hear the subtle whispers of the divine. But when we consciously manage our emotional storms, when we choose words of grace over those of destruction, we clear the airwaves, making it easier to tune into God's frequency. The connection between our words, emotions, and spiritual receptivity is undeniable. Ancient scriptures repeatedly caution against the perils of unbridled speech. And the psalmist's plea in Psalms 19:14, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight," underscores just how intimately our words are tied to divine favor. It's not just about what we say, it's about the emotional energy behind our words and how that energy either lifts us up towards higher states of being or drags us down into confusion and despair. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about how we speak to others. The words we say to ourselves, the silent dialogues running through our minds, have just as much power to bring us closer to or further from God. The brain's adaptability shows us that change is always possible, that we can continually rewire ourselves toward growth, love, and a deeper connection with the universe. Every time we speak words of kindness, every time we choose peace over anger, we are, in essence, aligning ourselves with the divine dance. So, are you ready to take control of the energy you're sending out into the world? Could your words be the key to unlocking the divine wisdom that's been waiting for you all along? Have you ever wondered if your life is unfolding according to a hidden divine blueprint? What if every thought, every action, every word you speak is part of a grand design, subtly shaping not just your mind but your very soul? Science and spirituality both point to one profound truth. Our choices have the power to mold our destiny. But here's the question. Are you consciously crafting yours? At the heart of this journey is the law of cause and effect, an ancient principle that spans both the physical and spiritual realms. Every action, every thought ripples out into the world, creating an impact not just in the physical sense, but deep within the architecture of your brain. Neuroscience shows that our neural pathways are constantly being reshaped by our experiences, thoughts, and emotions. It's as though every moment of kindness, every spark of compassion literally rewires the brain, opening up new pathways of spiritual growth. Could it be that by choosing love and kindness, we're not only nourishing our souls but inviting divine blessings into our lives? But it goes deeper. The ancient sages and scriptures didn't stop at actions alone. They understood that our environments and the company we keep profoundly influence our inner journey. Just as neuroscientists today tell us that our brains adapt to the stimuli around us, the wisdom of the ages urges us to surround ourselves with positivity. Proverbs like, "He who walks with the wise grows wise," and "Do not make friends with a hot-tempered person," remind us that the people and experiences we expose ourselves to can either elevate us or drag us down. Yet, what makes this journey truly fascinating is the divine gift of free will. The law of choice is a powerful force that shapes our destiny. Every decision we make, whether conscious or unconscious, sets us on a trajectory, carving out pathways in our brain and spirit. The freedom to choose is not just a mundane part of life, it's a divine responsibility. Are we aligning ourselves with a higher purpose, making choices that bring us closer to God? Or are we straying, lured by temporary pleasures that pull us away from the divine plan? Consider this. Your brain's capacity to grow and change doesn't stop at forming new pathways. It extends to creating new cells and expanding dendritic connections. Just as the brain continuously evolves, so too does the spirit. The pursuit of knowledge, whether it's through scripture, meditation, or even the experiences of life itself, is a reflection of our deeper yearning to connect with the divine. In this cosmic dance of cause and effect, where our choices ripple across the mind and spirit, we are constantly given opportunities to evolve. Every kind word, every thoughtful action brings us closer to the divine, while every moment of anger or selfishness can cloud that connection. The beauty of this divine design is that we hold the reins. Each of us is a co-creator of our destiny, gifted with the power to choose paths that align with the divine purpose or diverge into chaos. So, how will you wield this power? Will you consciously carve out a path towards spiritual fulfillment, or will you leave it to the whims of unconscious choices? The blueprint is already there, but the pen is in your hands. What story will you write? Redemption and rebirth. Are you ready for the divine path? What if the capacity for redemption and spiritual rebirth is wired into your very brain? Could it be that your soul, much like your brain, is designed for renewal, constantly offered chances to grow, heal, and evolve? Neurogenesis, the birth of new neurons, is a powerful testament to the brain's ability to regenerate and adapt. And isn't this very process a reflection of divine mercy, where every mistake, every failure, is met with an invitation for redemption and growth? The divine grace we speak of isn't a mere abstract concept. It's a living, breathing force, always present, offering you the chance to shed your burdens and start anew. Just as the brain can adapt and reorganize itself, your spirit too can find new life, with God's forgiveness acting as the catalyst for transformation. But remember, this path of personal and spiritual growth isn't without its challenges. Both your brain and your soul are vulnerable to external influences, and it takes conscious effort to navigate the distractions, temptations, and struggles of life. Here's where the law of diversion plays a crucial role. Just as the brain has the ability to shift focus when faced with an unattainable goal, spiritually, this law reminds us that God often opens unexpected doors when one path seems blocked. Divine guidance isn't about getting what you want, but about learning to see the opportunities and lessons in the alternative routes you're given. The closed doors in your life might just be the windows to new wisdom and growth. Life's challenges, the shocks that jar you to your core, are not random. They are designed to stimulate your soul's growth, much like intense physical experiences trigger brain development. Just as fasting or extreme conditions can push the brain into new realms of capacity, so too do spiritual trials refine your character, resilience, and faith. These trials are God's crucibles, the very forge where your spiritual metal is tested and strengthened. As we tie together the laws of cause and effect, adaptation, choice, and diversion, we see a holistic picture emerge, one where both your brain and your soul are constantly evolving, guided by divine laws. The brain, with its incredible adaptability, mirrors God's design, offering you the tools to navigate both the physical and spiritual realms. It's in this intricate dance of neural pathways and divine grace that the human experience unfolds, a journey of spiritual ascension. Ultimately, the key to tuning into God's subtle communication lies in fine-tuning your mind. By understanding the brain's mechanisms, its adaptability, and the power of your words and emotions, you can begin to decipher the divine messages woven into the fabric of your existence. Whether through moments of clarity, a serendipitous encounter, or even the silence that follows chaos, God is always speaking. But are you listening? Thank you all for being part of this incredible journey of discovery. If today's message resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need a reminder of their divine potential. Every time you support us, you help us continue to bring insightful wisdom and spiritual growth to more people around the world. Stay blessed, stay connected, and remember, the journey towards divine fulfillment is always within your reach.